Midnight, the last train home. Jacob always enjoyed the quiet of this late journey. Tonight, as he boarded the empty carriage, the station was eerily silent, save for the faint hum of the city that never sleeps. He settled by a window, dim lights casting long shadows across the empty rows. The train pulled away, and that's when Jacob noticed her, a woman sitting at the far end of the carriage. She wore an old-fashioned dress, dark and out of place in the modern world. Her head bowed, veiled, and her pale, delicate hands rested in her lap. A shiver ran down Jacob's spine. He was sure he had been alone when he boarded. He glanced around, still empty except for her. The train rattled on, and she remained statue-like. They entered a tunnel. The lights flickered, plunging the carriage into darkness. When they came back on, the woman had moved closer, just a few rows away. Head still bowed, face hidden. Jacob's heart pounded. How had she moved so quickly, so silently? He tried to brush it off as his imagination, but emerging from the tunnel, she was closer still, just one row behind. Her breathing, slow and deliberate, filled his ears. A cold sweat broke out. He didn't dare turn around. The rhythmic clatter of the wheels echoed like a heartbeat. The pressure on the back of his seat, someone, something leaning against it. With all his courage, Jacob turned slightly. She was directly behind him now, face hidden, but her hands no longer in her lap, one reaching out, fingers inches from his shoulder. In a panic, Jacob leapt up, bolting down the aisle. At the carriage door, he glanced back. She stood, veil lifted, pale, ghostly face, hollow eyes. Her mouth opened, but no sound. The train screeched to a halt. Jacob stumbled onto the platform, breath ragged. He looked back. The carriage was empty. No sign of her. The doors closed. The train pulled away, leaving him in the cold night air. As it disappeared, Jacob's blood ran cold. The platform empty. The station lights flickered, and on the bench, a single black veil fluttering in the wind.